Oh yeah, made it back to Six Flags Magic Mountain, finally back in California after a short trip to Orlando. Yeah, why not kick it off at the thrill capital of the world, right? I don't know if I'm going to be able to get on any of these rides because it is going to be very busy. It's still spring break, and there are a lot of people filtering into the park today. So yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get on anything, but there are a few things to talk about, including the all-new coaster that they're building that's supposed to open up sometime in 2026. So let's head inside the park and check it out. And before I forget, hello everyone, welcome back to another Theme Park Obsession video. My name is Dylan, and thank you so much for tuning back into the channel. Yeah, we're cruising around Six Flags Magic Mountain today to check up on the new coaster, a few other projects around the park, and I wanted to talk about Superman. So, how about you and I dive right in. Now, when I was driving up, I had noticed that the painting and refurb project continues at Hurricane Harbor, and it's looking really good. Let me zoom in. Hold on, everybody. Yeah, look what they did to the slides. They've added some pops of color, which I really love that. So again, shout out to the crew that's doing this, to a water park that desperately needed it. Yeah, that looks so much better. It's like really inviting too as you're driving up. Doesn't look as bland. And you can see they've done it to these ones as well, the body slides. So yeah, that looks so much better. Made it through security, and look at this. Right here at the Hurricane Harbor entrance, we have some crews working on this little entry gate area. So that's nice. Again, little tiny touches like this make the biggest difference. And it looks like they cleaned up the tile in the back too. Or it might just be new tile, I'm not sure. They're definitely doing an entire front entrance makeover, which is great. Can't wait for it to open and check out all the new additions. Made it in the park. I love that Diamond Elite entrance off to the side over here. That is such a game changer, especially when it's busy. And it's gonna be busy later on this afternoon. The park has only been open for about an hour and a half, so a lot of people are still filtering in. Let's go ahead and start our Magic Mountain journey going this way. Let's head over to the new construction site. Not really noticing anything different from this angle, but things can change as I get a little closer. I mean, who knows? They probably installed a giant churro stand for all I know. It's been a few weeks since I've been here, so I am very stoked to see if there are any changes at all. Yeah, if anything on the full throttle side, they're just kind of grading the side of the hill some more. This is definitely the part of the project that is, the most riveting. There's really not too much going on in these early stages. Just like with the Fast and the Furious coaster over at Universal, and then all the previous coaster projects here at Magic Mountain, this phase, the dirt phase, is definitely not the most exciting, but full throttle is. Look at this. Yeah, and then off in the distance there, you can see some heavy equipment, so let's get a little closer to see if they've made any changes over here. Oh, one thing I did want to mention before I completely forget, they're not doing Scream Break this year. We haven't had an announcement, there wasn't any sort of heads up or anything, so looks like no Scream Break for the 2025 season, which kind of bums me out because I'm a huge Halloween and horror fan, and I love to see Halloween events, so I wonder what happened. I wonder if they're just trying to consolidate their event lineup, save some money here and there, especially since they're building a multi-million-dollar roller coaster. They might want to try to cut where they can. But yeah, I had noticed that, and I was like, dang it. So hopefully in the 2026 season. Yeah, it's kind of looking the same over here. I'm not really noticing anything different from like, what, a couple weeks ago? I think that was my last Magic Mountain video. So they're probably still pushing some dirt around. But other than that, yeah, we don't have any steel supports on site yet or track. That probably won't show up until later on this summer if we're lucky. Should be a pretty sizable layout though, because it stretches all the way over here towards Gold Rusher and then all the way over towards the flat rides. So yeah, whatever it's gonna be, it's gonna be pretty exciting. Allegedly, from all the rumors and speculation online, it's gonna be a Vekoma product that is a like hang glider type product. So another flying coaster in the park potentially, which that would be pretty amazing. But again, everything is a big mystery. It's still potentially a cotton candy stand until the company officially says what type of roller coaster we're gonna be getting. Another Vekoma product would be amazing. We need more new age Vekoma in the United States. The Flash Vertical Velocity just opened up at the time of making this video and people are loving it. Yeah, nothing on this end either. So it's officially looking the same compared to my last video. I feel like Hurricane Harbor is seeing more changes quicker than this site is. So I'll be keeping an eye on it though. while I'm still here in California. But here's to hoping that maybe in the next month or so, they kick the project into high gear, because we really don't know when in 2026 they're trying to aim for. It could be summer of 2026, which would be ideal for the park since it would draw a gate, or maybe it's later on in the year towards the fall. We don't know. Really, it's all going to depend on how quickly they can start getting this thing vertical. If it takes them a while, then yeah, it might be a late 2026 opening. Maybe that bear knows the timeline. I'm watching you. Maybe this bear knows something. I mean, look, he's like taking off his sunglasses. He's like, yeah, I know something. And I wonder if this bear is related to Captain Cacao over at Epic Universe. Maybe. One thing is for sure, they should update the marketing because they're still displaying the 2024 event lineup. So yeah, they might need to redo a lot of the posters, which they might here in the next few months. I just noticed that this gentleman wants to fist bump. Don't want to pass that up, sir. And for good measure, here's just a couple more angles of the project site. Yeah, just a lot of pushing around some dirt. And of course, those good views of Gold Rusher. And this side's looking the same as well. Just a lot of tree clearing going on. Alrighty, let's go ahead and continue the journey. But I will say, as we're moving along here, I do love how inviting the park feels today. And I think it also has to do with all of the new landscaping that I'm noticing. Yeah, I love this. Again, making huge differences just with little tiny things like this. It's beautiful. Okay, it's time to talk about Superman. For over 25 years, Superman has entertained millions of guests from around the world, but it is official. Superman is closed forever. When it opened up in 1997, it quickly became one of the world's most iconic roller coasters, and it also broke a few records. So it's a bit of a bummer to see it go. Now, when it comes to the 415-foot tall tower, yeah, that's going to go ahead and stay. They're not taking down the steel at all, and that's because they want to keep the Drop of Doom attraction. The park president has been very clear on saying that, yeah, the ride's not going anywhere, so the tower will be here for the foreseeable future, and maybe sometime down the line they'll take it down, but for right now, that's very expensive. That is a very expensive project. So if they can still utilize the tower to keep another attraction in the park, yeah, why not keep it? And speaking of park finances, yeah, I mean, it's just more affordable for them to work on other projects in the park versus trying to fix Superman. Superman's a very expensive roller coaster to maintain. The manufacturer of this ride, who is Intamin, doesn't even make these anymore. I mean, these are very few and far between. Its sister over in Australia closed years ago. So yeah, I mean, Intamin's not gonna want to invest in making these parts again, and neither does Six Flags. Six Flags doesn't want to make all these custom pieces. So it just makes financial sense to move on to other things, and they want to put that money towards park beautification and just overall guest experience, which, hey, I approve of. There goes Crazanity. Yeah, a lot of people are scared of Crazanity today. My goodness. It's intense. It is a very intense ride. That's why I really don't do it, because I'll get sick. I like how quiet it got. That means everyone's passed out. Going back to Superman, though, this is like the one bummer about being a hardcore theme park enthusiast. You get really attached to these giant machines and hunks of steel and everything, and it is pretty sad to see them go. But again, it does make sense. It just makes financial sense, then the park is going to go ahead and do it. And Superman had a very long life. I mean, for a coaster like that, especially the one that they don't even make anymore, yeah, 25 plus years is pretty good. At the end of the day, I'm very happy that I was able to get the credit, and I'm happy that I was able to ride it in its multiple forms. I was able to do it facing forward in the early 2000s, and then when they redid it and they did the backwards launch, I was able to do that as well. So yeah, I definitely had a few good rides on Superman. But with that, let's continue the journey around the park. And just for good measure, here is the Superman entrance plaza. Yeah, I wonder what they'll use this for in the future. I wonder if they'll, visit this area and build a new ride in this corner. I don't know. We're gonna have to wait and see. The park president did say that they're not gonna, rush to do anything just yet. But yeah, it is kind of crazy to think, yeah, this is done. Superman is done. Oh, here comes Full Throttle to distract us from the sadness. Honestly, before they build a new attraction up here though, what I would love for them to do is do something with the old pizza location right behind me. Maybe turn it back into a nice like sit down restaurant or something. Anything really for this corner of the park, because this portion of Samurai Summit is kind of a ghost town. Now with Superman closed, it's even more so a ghost town. So yeah, I would love for them to do something with the location behind me before they put in another giant thrill attraction or roller coaster. And don't forget, we still have the Sky Tower to look forward to as well. So hopefully they get this thing open up sometime next year. Made it back down the Magic Mountain, and I'm gonna make my way out of the park. I feel like that's just about everything. Yeah, the main focuses today were Hurricane Harbor, the new coaster project, and then Superman. But other than that, everything else is pretty much normal operation. So if you are coming to Six Flags Magic Mountain in the next couple days, just brace for the crowds. But other than that, everything else should be normal. Alrighty, one more thing before I officially close it out. Here is your look at the Magic Mountain sign, and it's pretty much done. This is like the final look. They might have a couple more things to do on it, but Six Flags made a post on their Instagram account kind of showing it off. So I think this is the final look. Yeah, maybe like an extra little bit of color might go on there. I'm not sure. But yeah, you know, I dig it. I think this looks so much better compared to the previous freeway sign that they had. The old one was, I don't know, it was whatever. And it was obviously aging so much. I mean, it really needed some work. So I'm really happy that Six Flags came out here and redid the sign. Alrighty, with that, I think that's gonna do it for today's very quick Six Flags Magic Mountain update. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, you can let me know by smashing the thumbs up button. And if you're new to the channel and you love these videos from Magic Mountain or some of your other favorite theme parks, well, you should consider subscribing because I have brand new videos every single week that you won't want to miss out on. And also, be sure to check me out on Instagram and X. Those links will be down below in the description. Until the next video, I hope you have a beautiful day, morning, evening, whatever it is. I'll see you next time in the parks. Bye.